Hey everybody, or nobody, or just me. Uh-huh. How's your May going? Make May magical was my theme for the month. It's taken till the middle of the month to get around to a video. So here we are, May 2019. You may have caught up with, it's like weeks ago since I made a video because I was doing the radio show. So I put the radio show live and that was my video for the month. Out of awesome April and into magical May. A little footage there of the beautiful castle and the castle grounds. This is a local castle to me in Skerries, County Dublin, Ireland. Ireland. Um, Ardgillan Castle. I'm going to get some footage down the other side as well by the ocean. Basically, the lovely hill just comes down, all the trees, you can hear all the birds, nice and quiet, peaceful, big field, down to the castle. And then the other side of the castle is another big field and the ocean. The Irish Sea is not really an ocean, it's a sea. Anyway, why make a video this month? Let's do the promotional stuff first. Hey, if you've read any of my books, please do put a review on Amazon if you bought it on Amazon. Make a review on the book page, Two Sons Too Many. Or, I don't know, retweet some of my tweets or Instagram or Facebook or this video even. Two Sons Too Many. That was my first book, and that's the name on most of my accounts and stuff to share. The newer book, which was out this year, is 17 and Life. Major crossroads are just a simple intersection. So about a crossroads in life, in my own life when I was 17. But yeah, leaving that aside, let's talk about some other stuff. May, it's a beautiful month. It's magical. I call it magical May because, you know, the heavy rains turn to soft days and all that nature that I was just catching some footage of in the woods a little bit. And the birds are singing. Tractors down there cutting the grass. There's a smell of cut grass. I'm here by the castle. It's all very fairy tale, very magical. And those kind of things, though, you know, fairy tale is a good it's a good word to mention, actually. Princesses and princes and castles and these kind of things. Because fairy tale or anything, let's say, make-believe maybe, they're good things to get lost in, and they're good things to help distract, get a distraction from daily living, daily life, big word, life. There's all the catchphrases, the cliches, I guess the buzzwords, all the buzzwords that are going on right now, you know, mental health and stigma and, you know, share our positivity with each other. I mean, I believe in all those things. They're great. The cliches exist because through the test of time, they've been proven to be right. And the reason I bring it up in the video with you is that sometimes if you can distract from life, your day-to-day chores, and take a moment, you may find that it's not all that horrible. And sometimes the make-believe or the dream world is a nice place to go. You don't have to stay there permanently, but it's a nice place to just bring a smile to your face or drift off away from stresses and pressures. You may find yourself under pressure. You put yourself under pressure to stay positive and stay upbeat and happy and smile and scour the internet for you know, little quotes and positive stuff. But maybe inside you're not feeling it. Maybe deep inside in your mind and in your spirit and in your feelings, maybe that's a little harder to deal with. You know, many of us deal with a lot of hard stuff. You wouldn't be the only one. There's nothing wrong with saying you have a mental health issue. That's a buzzword, mental health. Screw the stigma attached to anything. You know, and I understand there's a lot of movements out there for women. Women inspire and all that stuff, which is great. and I really support them. But there's men out here too. And I hope some of the men can be inspired by some of my writing, or I read a blog post on Goodreads. I submitted my story to another website this past month called A Lust for Life, so you can check it out on there, real stories. And why do I even bother to share any of this stuff with you? I'll tell you why in a nutshell, I hope. Because I go through some shit every day. Every single waking moment of every day. Why? Because I've suffered loss in my life. So big deal, you suffered some loss, get over it. It's not that easy. What's the loss I suffered? Many of you know, and this is what I will always talk about, of course, The Two Sons Too Many is about my book, my memoir, which was, I lost my first son, Dara, and he was 15. And I remember being at a funeral and put him in the grave. And it was horrible. It was shit. It was one of the hardest things to do in my life. And then, within 3 years later, I had to bury Patrick, my second son, who was a year and 4 months. And that was really difficult. Now, could I say one was more difficult than the other? Probably not. Were they equally difficult? Probably not. But those memories and the feelings that followed afterwards, and the dark places I went to, and the difficultness I had to understand myself and life. And I wasn't putting myself under pressure to figure it out. I hope you do not try to put yourself under pressure. I was just in a spot that was really tough. And there are many parents out there that have lost children. See, I lost my father as well. My father died. And, that was hard. But that's something I seem to be able to come to terms with a lot easier. I didn't dwell on that. I didn't get stuck on that. I didn't have days where I didn't want to get out of bed because my father was dead. I didn't have days where I wished everyone would just go away because my father was dead. However, I can tell you when my children, now that my children have died, and those experiences I've had in life, yeah, I have those days. I have those days where I wish I was somewhere magical. I wish I was in a fairy tale in this castle grounds right now. Maybe a battlefield here in the grass. See, I know all of you out there have your battlefield every day when you go to work, when you sit in traffic, when you try to deal with your family, or you're in an unhappy relationship, or whatever the reason. I know those battlefields exist. And I'd like to encourage you to, reach out to friends. If you're like me and you lost your children, it's difficult. I turned to writing to try and explain stuff to myself. And I never knew there'd be so much traffic on this road. I thought this was for special parking. I guess everybody's getting off work or something. There's a coffee shop, I believe, down in the castle. Anyway, so getting back to it, yeah, something magical, the battlefields. Day-to-day living is tough. And I will be the first to admit to you that on my bad days, I seek out somewhere like this in nature. I try to listen to the birds, listen to the air. Sounds crazy, I know, because you can't really hear the air. But you can hear the wind in the trees. I can hear the tractor off in the distance cutting the grass. I showed you the tractor in the picture just to give an idea of how big the actual castle is. Listening to the birds, the nature. It's all very beautiful. It's nice. But how can we see the beauty when we're stuck in a rut? How can we see the beauty of life when we're going through something miserable and horrible? And I know it's not easy, and look, there might be people out there right now, maybe you're listening to this video and you don't feel so good. I want to tell you that many days I don't feel so good. I feel like shit. I gotta be honest. And I don't know if telling and sharing that with you will help you feel okay about you feeling shit, because I'm fine. I'm fine with feeling shit. Because there's a lot of stuff out there, and I know you can go to all the gurus and you can see the quotes and the daily quotes and the sayings and again the cliches and everything. I'm going to share with you something important. And I'm terrible at quoting who should be credited for this. I heard this once upon a time. It's yin and yang, day and night, right? All that positivity out there on the internet. Positive cannot exist without negative. So it's like a battery. It's plus and minus. In order to make something work, you need the plus end and the minus end. The concept is, if there's no such thing as a negative, if the negative doesn't exist, then the positive cannot exist. You can't just have positive on its own. So I'm here to share with you some real negative and positive stuff. I had to bury my children. Sometimes certain things can happen in a day. When a lump gets in my throat, I might not be able to say those words. That's the negative. That's what's happened in my life. This is what has occurred on my journey. I was that soldier lowering coffins into the grave. Well, I'm here to share with you some of this beauty and some of these magical distractions that you can make for yourself. To encourage you to become more positive about your life. Out of the negative shit that's happening. Remember, one cannot exist without the other being real. To be authentic, plus and minus. To be genuine, positive and negative. In order for something to be actually real, so the negative that you experience and the horrible shit that's going on in your life, know that it's okay. Know that it is normal. And know, and most importantly, know there's other people who also experience some shit. And I'm here as one of those to encourage you to take a step forward. And look, any of these feelings we have will never consume us enough to end our life. It's our power in here that can do that. So to outweigh and balance some of the negative that's going on, get some positivity in your life. Get out in nature. Appreciate it. Cut grass this time of year. Go out and sit in your local park. Sit there and smell the grass. No, it won't bring loads of money to your bank. No, it won't get you a new job. No, it won't get you a new car. Of course not. What it will do, however, is help you balance some negative and positives in your own life. And if you can get a balance and get to that middle ground, then you can get the new job. You can get the new car. You can get the money in the bank. You can go places and do things. There's a lot of people run away from it. Oh, I feel like crap. Oh, it's all so bad. I like to keep it real. And keeping it real with you is I have many bad days. Many days that I don't want to exist. And then I have many days where I love life. Life's beautiful. People in life are beautiful. There's a lot of stuff out there to love and to like. So acknowledge your negatives. Take a step forward with your positives and let the scales balance. And if it's all getting too tough for you, sneak away and get into some sort of dream world and allow a magical distraction. Look at the magic of nature in May. It's magical May. So magic that trees that looked like they were going to fall down a month ago with storms are now blooming and striving, and all the birds are in them, and it's all beautiful. Anyway, I'm going to go and try and get some footage of the other side of the castle. And other than that, I'd be out in the middle of the park there. And when I do that, I say, I am outstanding in a field. Are you outstanding in your field? All right. We'll see you again in June. Oh, we got charity work coming up in June. Big time. I'll be on about that. So remember, balance. Negative and positive are real. One can't exist without the other. So there's going to be a bit more noise now with the wind and the cars, but there's the ocean in the the background there's the town of Skerries over there in the harbour. There's going to be some cars and I can't do anything about that. And then more houses in the road. And up there through the trees is the castle. It won't focus in so good because the trees are in the foreground. And there it is, that's Ardgillan, down the big field and down to the ocean.